Good morning, one and all. Hi. Oh, no, it's good afternoon, actually. Hi, Jim. It's Saturday. And I did say a few weeks ago I was contemplating not doing any more videos for Tool. But you know what, the reaction from everybody's been such that I kind of can't, can I? So, and I obviously want to continue listening to it, which absolutely I was going to do sort of whatever happened anyway. So that's not going to change. But you've all kind of convinced me that I should be sharing my listening to Tool with you all. So I'll do that. I'll continue to do that. So I'm going to continue on the old Tool journey, as it were. And today I'm going to be listening to 46 and 2. I've got a video downloaded and ready to go for this. I think it's the right speed. I've checked. I think it's not too distracting. It's not a promo video, but it has got lyrics on there. Hopefully they're the right ones. I've done a little bit of research onto this just before we start. And I kind of think I know... No, actually, no, of course I don't know what it's about. I think I understand what a lot of people think it's about, and I'll... have a listen and we'll see what we think. So without any further ado, let's go. This is Tool 46 and 2, 3, 2, 1.
Crawling on my belly, clearing out what could have been.
Ooh. Oh, bless them. Bless them, bless them, bless them. They are so good. Oh. Tool. 46 and 2. There we go. So there's another track there from Keenan, Carey, Chancellor and Jones. Sounds like a very bad solicitor's firm, doesn't it? But it's not. That's Tool. There's two very different significant things to talk about on this. One is the music itself, which is just absolutely out of this world, and the second, of course, is the lyrics and the song and the perceived or understanding of what that's about. And so we have to sort of kind of deal with this in two parts, and then maybe sort of try and sort of wrap up and bring it back together again towards the end. So musically, this is one of those songs, one of those sort of tracks that absolutely relies enormously on the bass. And the bass line on here was the riff. It's the main riff of the song. It's what carried it all the way through. And the guitars and the drums and Mallard's singing sort of hung onto the bass. So the bass was there as the main theme, or not theme, main driving point of the song, and the other bits were there actually to build on your foundations, and build on it they did. Absolutely phenomenal. There's some of the guitar was used as sort of like, almost like embellishment. So there's sort of bits that didn't repeat, but were just played once. So a bit of delay or reverb on something, some little scratchy bits. The drums, very tribal and rhythmic at the beginning. Then towards the end, absolutely all kicks in. You do that sort of the big roll goes around the drum kit, around the toms and the snare, and then comes back in again, and then plays a sort of an interesting rhythm, which is sort of a little bit juxtaposed to what the bass is playing. In fact, I think it's probably sort of the verse bit where it's sort of had the sort of the more sort of tribal, meditative and hypnotic sort of music, the drumming and music, and then in the chorus it all comes back together and gets quite big and loud, and then towards the end, I think the last sort of minute and a half or something like that, where was it? It was about 1 minute 15 or something like that. Anyway, I can't quite work it out because it's haven't got the. I can't hear it when I'm just sort of scrolling through the video. But yeah, so back then we have that drum roll around the kit, and it all comes back in, and the drums playing not on the beat, slightly away from the beat, slightly ahead of it, and then it kind of all resolves and comes together for the last sort of 30 seconds or so, and the end of that. Where's it going? Ding, 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 ding. Just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This band is just amazing. Absolutely incredible. I just cannot get over how good they are, without being conventional in any shape or form. The songs do not follow the sort of standard sort of pattern of songwriting, sort of verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, middle eight bridge, chorus twice, maybe going into a guitar solo, come back out into the chorus again, maybe another verse if you're lucky, and then a chorus, then outro. It's just it doesn't do that. It's absolutely their own way of doing things, and absolutely a massive applause for doing that. And if you know what, I think in a lot of prog it's very similar to that as well. It's not following a prescribed formula for writing and recording a piece of music, but it is so evident in Tool because the sound that they're creating is very recognisable as sort of metal and of hard rock, but it doesn't do what other bands do, and it's brilliant because of that. But it's also brilliant because of the meaning and the thought and the absolute precision of the words and the sentences and the construction of the lyrical part, because it's just so not ordinary. It's about things that are not normally sung about. So in the case of this, not obviously at all, you wouldn't get this, or I certainly wouldn't, just from reading through the lyric. I mean, I kind of, I think, without having sort of referred back to the Wikipedia and stuff, trying to sort of dig about what this is about, the closest I'd have come, I think, would be talking about of growth, of trying to become something else, of leaving behind your old life and moving on to a new. So sort of metaphorical, sort of scratching away the scabs, trying to forget about the muscle memory. So it's talking about a life lived and experience, and being comfortable in your body, and living your life as a person in the way that you always have done, without thinking about change and growing and becoming something else. And then it is talking about growing, and I'm talking about that as not as in height and stature, but growing as a person in experience, in evolutionary terms, in mental or enlightenment terms, or spiritually, or growing academically, cerebrally. Easy for you to say, Jim. Cerebrally, is that a word? Cerebral? Oh, no, cerebral is cerebrally. Maybe that is. I don't know. But I also did some research on here, and it kind of makes sense with the title of the song, and then as it is mentioned in parts of it as well, 46 and 2. And if the interpretations that people have made about this are to be believed, and I have no reason why they shouldn't be, it is talking about chromosomes, and about the chromosomes specifically that form the human cell, the chunks of DNA that describe and instruct the body as it's growing what we're going to be, and the very precise and specific ones they are. So your 22 sets of ordinary chromosomes, and the one set of the sex chromosomes, the X and Y, or the how are they formed together to make you male or female. However, it is very interesting that human beings, Jimothy, human beings are not unique of having 46 chromosomes. So the guppy, which is a fish, has 46 chromosomes, but you would not say that that is anywhere near human, nor would I say that we're anywhere near a guppy fish. Hares have 48. Gorillas and chimps have 48. So that we're talking about being 46 and 2 and trying to evolve to being 48 doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to be this enlightened being that people are discussing. We end up becoming hares or chimps. In fact, the more chromosomes there are doesn't necessarily mean that you become more and more enlightened, or more, more is not necessarily better. So silkworms got 56, cows have got 60, horses 64. Hedgehogs, 90 chromosomes, or a goldfish has got 104. So it's kind of more is not necessarily better. It's just different. And I don't know where this idea of having 48 chromosomes necessarily is a good thing, apart from some guy, and I say this without knowledge because I don't know who he is. sorry, just bear with me. I'm trying to go back into some of this. I can't even pronounce his name. Hold on. You know who it is I'm talking about because you know this music, but I can't find it now in here. He spoke about the 48 chromosomes being the God chromosomes sort of thing, and it's and I don't know where he's got that from, whether it's just a belief that he has or there's some proof about that, because I don't know. I absolutely don't know anything about this subject whatsoever. It is far too scientific and too sort of genome-y for me at all. I just sort of believe what people tell me and go with it. But if he's saying it's true, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just something that he thinks. And then also we're then talking about the Carl Jung, who's obviously a sort of philosopher, talking about the shadow and muscle memory. So the shadow is the part of the soul or the being that you are scared of yourself. So the bit of you that is unpredictable and the bit that you can't control and the bit that does things that you wished you didn't do. And the muscle memory, I think, is referring to what I just was talking about a minute ago. So it's about doing the same as you've always done because you're in a comfort zone, in a rut, almost sort of bringing it to sort of very sort of understandable levels. Understandable for me because I'm a bit thick when it comes to this. This is such deep cerebral and philosophical stuff that I cannot possibly do this any justice at all in sort of in a 10 or 15 minute YouTube video. It is absolutely. This is the sort of thing that you need to come back to time after time after time and listen to and think about and study and write down. Listen to it again, study it again, make connections within the lyrics and try and sort of build. I mean, there's people. I'm sure you could write sort of university theses on this and essays for scholarships and for school. But as I say, on a first listen and a very, very brief skim through some Google results on what's the meaning of 46 and 2. I can sort of have a little stab at some of what I think it might be about, but there's no way, absolutely no way I can sort of get to the bottom of this. And you know what? And I think that's the case with a lot of Tool stuff because it is so deep and so involved. And I think that's kind of the point of it. I'm coming round to this, you know, not coming round to it, I'm there already. Tool as a band is to be used as tool, an instrument for your own enlightenment. And this is kind of there. So there's much more to this than just what I can say in this video now. But what I will say, having listened to it just now for the first time and commenting on it as I am doing so, it is just on another level, as is Tool as a band is absolutely undescribable. It could be sort of someone might sort of class it as being pretentious, you know, just being clever for the sake of being clever. But someone's got to be, because not everybody just wants to listen to people singing about sort of kinky boots or clap your hands or that sort of stuff. There is more important stuff to say, and it's bands like Tool, and I can't really think of anybody else, but bands like Tool who do that job. So thank you. And on that note, I'm going to have to leave it there because I really can't say anything else, and I'm just going to be sort of talking for the sake of talking. And it'd be much better for your time if you went off and now did something else rather than sort of watching me and listening to me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, this is Jim over and out.